The following video is proudly presented by MightyOxTrading. All information contained in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not financial or investment advice. Good morning and welcome to MightyOxTrading. Happy Wednesday. So I worked on making my cursor easier to see, and instead it's not showing up at all now. Well, ain't that a kick in the head? Why in the world? Okay, so I guess I'll have to fix that. So come on, we see NQ has just been coming down. We actually set new daily lows just one candle ago. Give me 1 second here. Oh, wow. Man, I can't do anything right with that TCP. Sorry. So I entered an order on the TCP and it immediately stopped out at 2 ticks. I mean, another $15 loss. Okay, so let's look at NQ overnight, and then I gotta fix my cursor. NQ overnight, we have about a Oh, now I hear my voice. Why do I hear my voice? Oh. Because I had volume on my phone, okay. Anyway, NQ range. About 300 points coming down. The best bounce there on about 689. ES. Similar move, about 60 points. No, 50 points. Copper's been coming down. Made a new daily low. And it has about 200 ticks of range. Gold's been coming down all night as well. About 18 points of range. There's ZF. I just tried to enter ZF. Was sending a long signal and then pulled back. I think that TCP is going to be toast, unfortunately. Let's see, it's sending a long signal now. We'll try again then, maybe. UltraBond heading up about 1.5 points. Crude oil, about 120 ticks of range. Not a lot. Crude oil's been kind of stagnant. And even natural gas has been a little bit stagnant. Came up, pulled back. Actually made a new daily high there. And about, not as stagnant as I thought, a little under 200 ticks of range. And that's where we stand now. Let me go in and fix this cursor thing. Give me a second here. There we go. Now it's showing. Okay, there we go. So I just made it a little bit easier for people to see if I'm trying to point something out. Yes, I think another short signal there. NQ is about to. Our low on this move, or this a few minutes ago here, was 11,689, so we're sitting about 10 points above that. I forget about ZF. Down to 95. There you see crude coming down, 18 ticks. Everything's trying to head down. And everything popped back up. So, no to that crude trade. Watching NQ, see if we get back below that 89. Small candles here on gold, or else I would jump on that short. But there's only, a couple of ticks. Not sure. Just came up, consolidated. Crude's coming down. We have NQ trying to come down. Size candles do we have? 15 by. That. If it breaks below 689, we'll jump back in. Might be stupid to be waiting for a break of support. So if I jumped in here at 701, we'll be right there. It's come down to a low of 692, 7 almost 10 points. Assuming no slippage. So today's FMOC meeting minutes day. Later on, I don't stream for that long. I do for the regular FMOC meeting, but not for the meeting minutes. Popping back up on NQ here. Back up to 705. Eating my eggs while we wait for something to happen. So that's why you hear me muted here for a few minutes. On and off. So it was right about that gold there on that short signal. It popped right back up, back into a buy. High of this move has been 1854. We're just under that. Crude popping back up to the SMA line, actually above it. It's back above 111. Watching gold now. Crude sending long signals. See there. Okay, so we took a long here on gold. See how we do. Move this stop up just a bit to exactly 1 point of risk, slightly into that SMA line. Been a bad entry. We might be ranging here. And Q coming down. Just just broke that resistance big time, or support. So I should have went with that short. I'm an idiot. I don't look at support and resistance when I chart this stuff out. I just look at the signals, and I should have taken that signal there. Meanwhile, I'm in a gold trade that's likely going to fail. Two wicks down on those last two candles are kind of promising. Totally indecisive here. Keeps popping up, popping down, popping fresh dough. So you see this stopped me out. The 10-year note. Oh, you see gold's going. And now it's going. The TCP is just cursed. Bam, right back down on gold. Should have taken a quick 40, I guess. And then Q continues to come down. So I didn't take the short on gold. I could, I mean, on NQ. That's come down about 20 points. Took the long there on gold instead, and that's coming down. Alright. Gold down to the SMA line. Crude sideways. Popped gold's trying to bounce off this SMA line here. And Q bottomed out at 11,675. Pop back up by 15. And we're back in the profit. We do have a little bit of news at 8:30 Eastern. Get that here in a little bit. So does this trade decide what it wants to do? Got up to a high of 1854.8. There it's going. And trying to go again. And rejects right back down. Right back to the entry point. And below. Back down to the SMA line. SMA line's trying to turn blue with that candle, which means heading downward. See if it breaks the SMA there. Overall trend on gold is down, so maybe I shouldn't be taking longs at all. You see it kind of bounced here off of 1848. It's bounced up by like 5 points. But we hit an SMA line, so yeah, I guess I should have got out. You see it hit that SMA line there perfectly on our high on this move. So that doesn't bode well for this trade at all. And Q sending a long signal there. Back above that SMA. And I probably should take this gift and get out. Yep, I should have. I moved the stop up to just 4 ticks. If it comes back, if it goes up, then fine. If not, just stop me out for another 20-buck loss. And Q lighten up. So you can see NQ bounced off that level. Okay, we're out of the gold trade. Let me update the P&L, and then we'll check on news. Quiet morning for you guys. Everyone's keyboard break. So news today. According to Financial News, U.S. durable goods report pops at 8:30. And we have crude oil inventories at 10:30. And of course the big one, the FMLC meeting minutes at 2 o'clock. Tomorrow we have U.S. jobless claims and U.S. GDP quarter over quarter. Wait, what? Hi, good morning, Leonardo. What are you congratulating me for? Thank you. Trying to curl up here. Definitely overall downtrend. All my indicators are all fair. Oops. That's why it looks so naked. So once again, so NQ sent me double long signal here. We're still downtrending, didn't take it. And from 702 up to 720, 18 points here. Should have jumped here where it turned white. I didn't, which would have still been 15 points. That's just my P&L each day. Today I'm down 30 bucks on the TCP and I'm down 80 bucks. That's just the daily P&L. That's not the overall. TCP's actually $95 or so from dying, unfortunately. And when I lose that, I'm going to be devastated. So looking at my charts here, see copper has been in a downtrend now since last night. Sent this short signal here, which would have kind of sucked. It would have went back by about $300 and then would have been nice to come down with. Boom, boom, boom. This short signal here in the middle of the night would have been excellent. I actually took a trade on the euro last night and got a few ticks out of it. Obviously, I could have got a lot more if I just held all the way. Gold. As you can see, gold sent a short signal here. I should have grabbed it last night while I was on stream. I didn't. Came down immediately, came down 2.5 points. Continued coming down, came back up, bounced off that SMA line. You can see it's come down, bounced, and continued coming down. So if I had jumped in there and just decided, let's hold and see what happens, I could have got $1,500 off of that move. Silver also sending nice short signals. I don't trade silver yet, but similar move. Platinum, and not quite the same move, but nice short signal there in the middle of the night. Middle of the night definitely seems to be the time to trade. Well, then that's of course daytime for Europe. UltraBond coming up a couple times nicely. And what's Claxoning? Crude trying to come up. Short signal here on NQ, but it is the top of the hour. I don't like that setup there. So it'll probably drop about 100 points here in the next minute. BTC got above 30,000 for a while, then lost it all. Not all, but back under 29, heading toward 28. Looks like we did break the SMA. We're back under 700. Agriculture, beautiful move there overnight on soybeans. Nice move there on oil. Couple of good shorts. Soybean meal as well. And even on corn. So how's your trading going, Leonardo? So at this point in the TCP, my only choice is to stick with micro crude and micro gold, hoping for decent moves off of maybe longer term signals. So let's look at that while there's like absolutely nothing going on. Gold, obviously, if I had done a micro gold off of this signal here, this would have been, could have got 24 bucks there. 63.8. Full move could have been like $150. That's what I'm gonna need to do to save that. Long signal here off the 15 would have been good for about 30 bucks. That's what I'm gonna have to hope to play. Doing the same thing with crude oil. If I can find crude oil. Crude oil has not really been that great today. Morning, Matt. How are you? You see here on crude, I was looking at this last night and I thought about taking it because we got a long signal. Hold on, speaking of crude, short coming down here quick. About 10 ticks. How you doing today, Matt? So, I was looking at this in crude because it did send a long signal right before close. So I thought about taking it right out of the gate. But here, this when it bounced off the SMA line here, I should have taken it. It would have pulled back by 15 or so ticks, and then went nicely up, hitting a high here of 111.19 right before I would have went to bed. I wouldn't have held it overnight. So, I could have got in and got about $60 off of one micro. Oh, look at natural gas. Natural gas just blew up. Yep, me too. There's a short signal on crude. And see, I don't know if I like that. I mean, obviously, crude must have just come down big. Yeah, crude came down by 16, and then 7, so about 23 ticks down. And Q trying to come down, but we're kind of squeezing here. So natural gas has got about 9. 9045. If we look at a daily chart, this is the first time we've touched 9 on natural gas since. I'm gonna turn back time. Since. Here? Yeah, here. Maybe here? No, here. Yeah, not there. Since August 7th, 2008. So for those of you that use natural gas for any type of heating or whatever, you're in trouble. Still got a ways to go to hit that high there, 13 something. And then, of course, then we have all-time highs in the 15s from back in 2005. I think it's all-time highs. I shouldn't guess at that. Maybe it's not all-time highs. Yeah, it looks like it. Wow, look at all those signals. This goes all the way back to 1990. So almost 14-year highs on natural gas. Not that that matters for day traders, but I think I like I like to look back at things like that. This long signal on natural gas would have been beautiful if you look at this. It's going up almost 200 ticks. That's a $2,000 move in the last 2 hours. Gold trying to pop up. See, we're kind of squeezy here. Bands on the NQ are only 14 points apart. After that move down, crude's kind of stair-stepping up. quiet morning here. Gold popping down. But, eh, gosh, it's rangy. It's been between these two goalposts here. 1851.9 and 1854.8. So kind of want to see it break the range. I want it to be a range breaker. I don't know. Trying to figure out why 3 crudes just fired. Do I have something set wrong on crude that I mean, I see 2. I do. I have 3 crude alerts and only need 2. I wonder which one's wrong. I think I see which one. There we go. We can get rid of that one. Yes. If it decides it wants to. NQ popping up. 7.5 points. So we set a long signal. You can see as as I was saying, we're rangy here between 675 and 720. Now that's a big range. It's 55, no, 45 points. On a macro level, we've been coming down in a downtrend. News in about 15 minutes. Not sure how much that news affects the markets. Yep, I've resorted to just making random noises. Yes, trying to head up maybe. We got one long signal. Yeah, I don't know. Crude came up, sent that long signal, is now sending red candles. NQ's still trying to flirt with a long signal here. Taking one small loss this morning in each account. So NASDAQ was exciting before I got on. Beautiful move down here. Two good short signals. Had consolidation period. Nice move up here. Looks like it was very easy to trade once again overnight. So let's look at that while we have nothing else to do. We'll start here about midnight my time. That would not have gone 15 points. So we would have stopped out on that short signal. At least that's would have been my goal. Taking that short signal. And obviously that one would have won for 15. Would not have taken this next long signal. It would have taken this next short signal. And you can see that one easily would have got 15. And down. Bounce, bounce. Long signal, just as it turns white. Once there was a boy. Okay. That VWAP that's right in the middle there? Must be, yeah, it's VWAP. So see, and this is one of my problems. If I was live trading this, I would have been hesitant because of VWAP sitting there. You can see how it almost easily blew through VWAP. But I might not have taken that trade because, and VWAP's not something I look at when I'm here doing this charting. Hello, trade together? Yes, you're right. And this was kind of expected. A lot of people thought we would have a lack of volume this morning because of the FOMC meeting minutes later on. We'll see what happens with the little bit of news that's coming up here in a little bit. This long signal might have faked me out here. So I'll mark that as a long. Check gold here in a minute. And this short signal would have been good. This long signal would have been good. Short signal. Would have taken that second one. And would have been good. Now here's an interesting one. This is a long signals that fire back here, blue down trending. So the smart money would have been to take it once it turned white. Let's see, it might have been too late though. See if that stops out at 10. No, it doesn't. And ends up going there. This short signal here, right at the start where it starts ranging, probably would have faked me out. So we take that as a loss. Now, would I have fallen for this short signal because our line was blue? Maybe. I might have wanted to. This is where I might start looking. We'll mark it off as a loss. Just to be almost honest with ourselves. Then this short signal I would have definitely taken because it broke the range. And then this short signal I would have definitely taken. And it's sending me a signal now. And then I would not have taken that long signal, and this is where we're in our current range. Sending this long signal here. But I want to see it get back above 720. So let's quickly count that out. 1 win, 2 wins, a loss, 2 losses. So that's 2 and 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 6, 3, 7, 3, 8, 3, 9, 3, 10, 3, 10, 4. So since midnight my time, so 1 a.m. Eastern, last 7 hours. What did I just say? 10, 4? 10 wins and 4 losses. 15 points a win, 10 points a loss. So I've been at 110 points in profit on one contract. Would have been a good night. Oh, this short signal. I probably would have taken that too. I didn't even notice that one. That one might not have worked. Yeah, it would have. So actually 11 and 4. So that's why I like these signals. It's just during the day they get stupid, I think. Gold did pop back up to that SMA line. So I got out of that gold trade. Oh wait, so let's see. What did I get in it? I forget. I was back here. Actually, I was gonna solve this. I would have ended up stopping out anyway before. So this is some weird action here on gold. Uh, buy signal there been good. Went up, 15 ticks. So gave it all the way back, and now it's going heading up. That's interesting action there. I want to thank everyone for joining me this morning on what so far is a kind of slow, boring-ish morning. But if you're enjoying the content, I would appreciate if you hit that YouTube algorithm. You hit the YouTube algorithm. Really, Brian? Hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. If you're new and haven't subscribed, I'd love to have you join the herd. I haven't made up any promo graphics for you yet, but reminder that on June 3rd, Friday, June 3rd, we'll be doing a London session overnight in the non-farm payrolls and the cash open. 9 straight hours of streaming goodness. And now everything's kind of turning short. Signals firing on ES, NQ, they went away, but ES, NQ, and Crude, but we're still, everything is at a rangy. As Trade Together said, the market's kind of sleeping. 2 minutes till news. We'll see if that does anything for us. U.S. durable goods report. Gold pulling back. So tight. 23 points between these bands. So if this news does cause a pop, it's gonna break bands one way or the other. Fifteen seconds. So there's the news. Got short signals firing on NQ, but now we have green. No huge reaction. At least not off the bat. There we go. Oh, wow. It's okay. So 16, 23, 23 points down. We broke the band. Break it, you bought it. I'm gonna get rid of VWAP because it's scrunching my chart. So you see how it broke that band and then bounced. Still not really, we haven't broke the range though. It did come down to 72. Low over here is 76. There's a new low of the day, but didn't really break the range. It's popped right back up to 89. Yep, ZV and UV heading up. And Q bouncing. So not much of a move there. UltraBonds, the bonds are heading up nicely. I wish I could have caught that on the TCP. UltraBond on a new daily high. Would have been a great long signal here, or playing the bounce off that SMA line. But long signal here. Would have gone 17 ticks so far. UltraBond, nice move there. I mean, on the T-bond. Long signal firing underneath the SMA line, but we do have a white SMA line, but we're still tight. Let's go look at the news report. U.S. durable goods actual 0.4%. The forecast was 0.6%. So it missed the forecast. NQ coming back down. Came out of nowhere. 20-point candle up. Delayed reaction here. 26 points up. So if I had taken that long signal, which I considered, that would have been excellent. And of course I didn't. Still heading up. We got TICKSTRIKE still ticking. Of course, if I try and jump in here, it's going to stop. We're into the bands. Yep, there's the pullback. That's why I didn't jump in. Hey, RJ. Have yourself a great day, and thank you for that input real quick. Gold. Continuing to grind up. Copper popped up here big on this 15-minute candle. Gold's actually sending a long signal on the 15, not taking that, obviously. Natural gas. Wow. Holy Hannah. So if we look at natural gas here on the 1 minute, you can see here, taking this long signal here, which doesn't look like much. These candles weren't really candles, but it just blew up by $2,500. 250 ticks. Just that quick. So copper came up nicely there. You can see off that long signal. And Q moved back down toward that 712 level that RJ just mentioned. SMA line sitting there to bounce on. That's what you get for bouncing on the SMA. Short signal firing above the SMA line. So you can see these are ugly looking charts. We're rangy. I mean, we got a little above the previous range and reject it back down. Gold kind of rangy. I mean, it's slightly higher highs as it tries. Crude stuck between 111.25 and 110.81. We're about, excuse me, yawning. About 50 minutes until the bell. This might not be much of a day, but we'll see what we can get. So obviously we can't force trades. So we gotta wait and be patient. Which kind of sucks when you're, trying to entertain, but that's what y'all gotta expect from a stream. So let's look at our 15-minute charts. Still, this is the Russell, which isn't the one chart I wanted. I wanted the Canadian dollar. I'm really starting to look at currencies for small gains here and there. Oh, hold on, we got some clicking on NQ. So NQ bounced off that SMA line and came back up with an 18-point candle. And then just stops. So back to my lecture about the Canadian dollar. Still starting to look at currencies on these 15-minute charts. Let's throw the bands on here to look at that as well. You can see, I hate the way the bands shrink everything, but you can see this long signal was the one that would have been bad, but you can see how it touches that Bollinger. Actually, I have an EMA on here, 200 EMA, so it also touched that. I don't look at that much anymore, but obviously that might have been an interesting thing. You can see how it fades down from there. You also can see how it broke The Bollinger and the RSI, if you look toward the bottom of the screen where my big yellow hand is now. And that's another sign of a pullback. So that would have been a great entry there for this pullback. You see it's at a short signal after 5 or 6 candles in. And I mean, we're not talking a lot of money. These are $5 a tick. So this one is 7 ticks. About 35 bucks. But if you got in here, $78,040 down to $77,890, up about 150 bucks per contract. And then you could have rode this down, this course in the middle of the night. This one would have possibly faked me out if I had taken it. Though looking at the Bollinger down here, you can see how closely, I mean, look at the RSI, look how close it is to that Bollinger. So that it might have given me some pause. Now, the one that was really interesting last night, you know, I was here sitting here on the stream on Sharevision. Remember, I'm on Sharevision every night, 7:45 Eastern Time, trading the Asia session. And all of a sudden, I get an alert on New Zealand dollar. Now, that's a $1,000 candle. There was news, so I need to start following news in the evening as well. Something about their economy, of course, interest rates, blah, blah, blah. So you can see how that popped up just well out of nowhere. Anytime you see a big green candle like that, but even before that, if you look at this short signal here, this short signal would have been wonderful down before that news. And then this short signal that happened at 3 a.m. my time would have also been beautiful. This is a so for those of you that might be struggling look with evaluations or whatever, I want to look at the treasuries. They don't move, you know, they're a smaller tick value, 6 or 12 bucks, and they definitely don't, they're not wild movers most of the time, this notwithstanding. But like here, this is a 97 ticks, so let's round up, say it's 100 ticks. And the tick value here is $5. So this is a $500, nice $500 move. And we're very stress-free. I mean, obviously you have your pullbacks and stuff, but I mean, using the SMA line here as a stop loss, you would never been in jeopardy of stopping out after that first candle. Definitely looking at that more than this one over here would have been obviously lesser. Let's see. Oops. It's below the. Hold on. It's following it down. Ah, moving the wrong one. Duh. No, not 940, you idiot. There we go. So this would have been about 60 ticks. $5 a tick, that's about a $300 move. So you can see how these could be nice moves over a longer term. You know, 1 minute chart. Try to trade it off a 1 minute chart. Let's see what it looks like. Turn back time. You can see, you know, there's the move, middle of the night. But you can see it's kind of spotty. But you can, yeah, I mean, it could be played off the 1 minute, but it's probably a lot easier to deal with on a more higher time frame level, because you can see there's not a lot of volume in it. There's my And you can see how that spiked quickly there. That would have been nice to still catch part, if I was on a 1 minute chart, catch part of that big candle up on that 15 minute. But, see, this is that move that looks so much prettier on the 15 minute. So that's just some thoughts here while on a boring morning. And Q's still not doing anything. Gold kind of did a little something here. It would have been a decent signal. Is it breaking that range? Kinda. Low over here was 1851.9. Hit 1851.9 twice. Did break that now. 1851.3 is the new low there. So 1849 is the next low. See, yep, that would have been a good. So that was a missed opportunity on my part as I was talking about the New Zealand dollar. Boop. Would have been 2 points. But that said, this signal fired while we were still above that resistance. Would I have hesitated? The world may never know. So UltraBond there made a new daily high and then whoosh down. Let's look at that with the Bollingers. You notice I've been keeping the Bollinger Bands off these 15-minute charts just because of how much they scrunch it. I hate that. But look at this. Is another thing I need to start setting alerts for. Let me move this yellow line. You can see here, this broke this fourth band. This is a fourth standard deviation band. The white one is a 3. And by, according to the way the Bollinger Bands work, 99% of all price action happens within the third band. Hey, Burl. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, Ace. Are you two together? So 99% of the price action happens within the third standard deviation band. So I'm not sure. I think it's like 99.5 happens within the fourth band. So if it touches the fourth band, it's almost always going to snap back. Especially if the bands are spread. Sometimes they can happen when we're squeezing, but that would have been a beautiful reversal play. Yes, whoosh. We're adding that to the trading dictionary. Thank you all for finally talking. I've gone about an hour with very little conversation this morning. And I've actually been talking about the New Zealand and the Canadian dollar. Oh, market is very, very slow. Very slow. So are you the Bitcoin scammers that keep showing up on the Order Trade Discord that me and CFT have to keep banning? Uh, long signal firing on ES, but we're still in this rangy range. Everything is being a rangy mutt this morning. Hey, there's apps for that now. Thank you all for entertaining me on a very boring morning where no one was talking. Heck, Matt's been here almost all morning and hasn't barely said a word until you guys showed up. Gold popping up a little bit there. Crude slowly grinding up. Crude desk opens in a little over 3 minutes. Ah. That gumma actually tastes very awful after 20 years. Crude desk used to be the pit. The It's the actual cash open for crude oil. Each asset has its own open, like the metals open a little bit before the actual market opens. You'll see an increase in volatility. Yeah, Leonardo. That was yeah. This slow morning was expected. Although I thought maybe we might be because we had this big move down here coming into the stream starting. It's like they saw the stream starting and said let's get boring. But yeah, the FMOC meeting minutes it probably has something to do with it. Okay, Ace. So no 2 points for Ace this morning. It used to be the crude, the actual physical pit, but there's no more trading pits. So now it's just a desk, or I mean I don't know. People call it the crude desk. I don't know exactly how things are set up now with trading, but yeah, it's the cash open for crude basically. 9 a.m. I think like the metals are like 9:10 or something like that. Market's not real giving today. And as I say that, that's actually a 2 point candle there on the ES. Getting rid of this view up. So we are actually ticking up here. Ace needs his 2 points to feed his family. Top of the hour. See, there we see crude pull back as soon as the desk opens. 13 ticks, big move down. I mean, big-ish move down for this morning. The Claxton horn is going off for crude. Gold also coming down. Not sure why there, but oh, 3 points down. Big move down there on gold. I think they just need a new low of the day, actually. Nasdaq popping, hopping, stopping, popping like a rabbit. When it gets me neither, then you knows I gets the hay of it. Way back in the cut team myself. Sorry. Started rapping for no reason. Crude still pulling down. So you see this big move down on crude. It's often a very playable move. I just haven't played it yet much. See, so we're 40 ticks down on crude off the desk opening. And Q, I thought we were going to head up, but we actually hit that band. And it's stagnant again. It's only a 7 point move. Yep, look at crude go. I've really thought about trying to figure out how to play this on yeah, I gotta study this because this is a decent move to play each day or almost every day. You can see it's come down 50 ticks. That's a $500 move. Why am I sounding like Rain Man? $500 move. Platinum. What's Platinum doing? Platinum popping up. It's interesting. Platinum's popping up as crude just makes a new daily. I mean, I'm sorry, as gold makes a new daily low. Oh, this metal chart is very red. And silver just absolutely whooshed down 600 bucks. So had I just taken that short signal, let's look at this crude chart. I didn't like this one because we were still kind of uptrending and we did have a pullback, but obviously it would have worked. But then if I would have taken this short signal off of this candle, I could have got about 35 ticks. You see how it broke the bands on both the RSI and the regular chart, which indicated this reversal. This would have been a great reversal play. And I got to start actually taking some of these plays instead of just sitting here talking about them. NQ now sending a short signal, so we're still in this range. We can't break the range. Hanging around that 712 area that RJ mentioned earlier. Less than half an hour to the bell. Don't know what kind of action we'll see at the bell either. Crude pop back up and try to come back down. Tend to think we're heading down on crude. Yeah, that's a big candle there, 15-minute candle. You can see it's come down 55 ticks. Double short signal on it. Question is, do we want to take it at the end of this 15 minutes? I mean, obviously, I could take it now. It's continuing to come down. So I try to jump in, though, on a micro trend here. We might do a micro crude if it continues to look like it wants to continue heading down. NQ, in the meantime, also looking like it wants to head down. Haven't broken the range, obviously, but the range now, I mean, it's if it wants to head down, it's got 40 points before its next major resistance. Matt LaRocco, can you tell me what settlement is today? Yeah. So that short signal went away on NQ, so we're still, and you can see we kind of, in a sneaky way, we have kind of uptrended. Obviously, you know, we hit a low of 675 and then 672, and I mean, we're 50 points from that low, but still hard to trade. Crude did stop. Natural gas pulled back after hitting that third band. Gold popping back up to the SMA line. So far only 2 trades today. Both have been losers. Very small losers, but losers nonetheless. Short signal in the yen. So I am not opposed to trading the yen. It's actually looking pretty good. So it's 15 or so ticks away from this resistance here. So let's see. We'll check back in a few minutes. Maybe I'll take a short on the yen. So Crude did bounce back up to its SMA line on the 1 minute. So look how beautiful these bounces happen off of these bands sometimes. You can see here, I mean, sometimes they trend along them just like they do on a 1 minute chart, but excuse me. See how this hit this uptrending third standard deviation band and just whooshed back up. I guess whooshing up doesn't make sense. I need a term that's like whoosh but for upwards movement. But anyway, it's come up 47 or so ticks back up after bouncing. See, now Ace leaves and everybody gets quiet. I really do think you're all together. And Q popping back up. High over here was 11,740. We're at 26. More recent high was 732. 15-minute chart shows it's just coming up to that SMA line on the 15. Gold, something a long signal, obviously not taking it there. Excuse me. Crude bounced nicely off that SMA line, back down. Reminder that every night at 7:45 Eastern, we are on Sharevision. We trade the Asia session, and by we I mean me. Love to have you join me over there. Need some more followers over there to get full monetization. So even if you don't want to join me over there, if you wouldn't mind signing up there, following me, I would really appreciate it. I need 22 more followers to get the highest level of monetization they offer. The link was just posted by Nightbot in the chat. It's also in the video description below. Goad. Still trying to come up. Here's that NQ trying to come back down again. So you can see this move, these kind of arches. They're not golden. I could change the color, make them golden. But they're whoop whoop whoop. Crude bounced off that SMA line, coming back down, gonna send a short signal again here. And in a couple ticks. Maybe. Gold. what did I say I was going to check on? The yen. So yen's pulling back a little bit there. It's a small risk, so I'm actually going to bring up a yen chart. And I lost it again. Oops. What the heck happened to it? There it is. Okay, let's do a 15-minute on it. There's the opening of the candle. Always on top. So let's try and jump in on the ask. Okay. So we jumped in on, of all things, the yen. We'll watch this as other things happen. I put the stop at the top of this last candle, which is about 12 ticks at, hold on one second, ES, and then Q's trying to do something here, so let me go look. And Q's trying to come down again. So it's 625 a tick, 12 ticks. It says a $75 risk. We'll see what happens. Playing off the signal on a 15-minute chart. And we're going to watch this NQ as well. Recent low is 706. It's at 710 now. Short signal. We are 15 minutes on the bell. I don't think the yen responds to the open, but I guess I should check that. Nice thought to check it now, huh? Let's turn back. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it does kind of respond to the open. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. Let's look at it. So currencies do kind of respond to the open. Interesting. I never really paid attention to it, but they can have a pop at the open. But it looks like it's not every day, so we'll see what happens. This is what happens on a boring day. You take trades on the yen. Crude and platinum. Let's see what they're yelling about. Crude. Blocked. I hate having it. I need. So crude did send a short signal there on both. Oh yeah, on both short signals. I don't know. I'm less sure on crude here because of that huge candle down. I like it when they stair step down more. They're more often to reverse. And you can see we also broke the RSI there, so I almost expect this to pop back up even if just a little. What else sent? Platinum. Platinum's trying to pop up. It did send a long signal, 2 candles, 15 minutes. Is it 15 minutes? Yeah. I'm not sure why it's showing me recent, but it's trying, but it's still hanging on that SMA line. So we'll continue to watch these four. Try to place the chart with the active order In the middle, you can see the price action on all four of these main charts. NQES, crude, gold. One day I might figure out a better way to set this up, but for some reason, Streamlabs does not recognize the charts from NinjaTrader as windows. So that's why I end up switching over to just my monitor, which is why you'll sometimes see notifications and stuff pop up. Thank you. Did send that short signal and bounced back up to the SMA line. We're up a tick on this yen trade. And we're up 3 ticks. It's one of those, the currencies, obviously they're, a safer thing if you're, shooting for smaller wins, or it's something you do 2 or 3 contracts on if you wanted to, with scaling in and scaling out. Right now we're up 4 ticks. 5 ticks. Now here's my other problem. I have no idea when to get out of these trades. They just pull back and pull all the way back to my entry price. Yay. I could have got out there for a quick gain. We'll watch. Probably just hold it through the open unless it stops me out. See what happens. Fun and excitement. Pulling up now. So now we're down by 4 ticks. Gold sent a long signal. Hasn't moved much though. See it sent it here, pulled back, then sent it here with a bigger candle. I will move this yen chart out of the way for the open. Crude trying to pop down a little bit. TICKSTRIKE is very quiet. And Q trying to send a long signal right here before the open. Still below these 2 resistance levels of 32 and 40. As we sit at 727. We're down 5 ticks on the yen. Stupid 15-minute charts. No. Okay. See, my stop is right below that SMA line. Probably best to put it at the SMA line, but seems like other currencies are popping up here. Pound, euro. I also need to see how much those correlate. NQ continuing to try and pop up. It is at 111.7. Oh, it's up. That's a quick move up. Quick pull back too. Yen's coming back to my entry. And Cube tried to pop up there, you see, and immediately rejected back down. So we're 5 minutes till the open. So we go into the open with the Bollinger Bands only about 17 points apart. We got to see some significant band bending. She's a band bender. Crude still claxoning. Crude's head down nicely. Down to 110.39. So I should have taken this short on crude. And I shouldn't have doubted it. That was my mistake. If I had jumped on this short on the TCP, it did reverse by 18 ticks. But now it's down 26. It could have been up 26 bucks on the TCP. So, mistake-a-roni on my part. Yes, I really did just say mistake-a-roni. Thank you. Sending a short signal here 2.5 minutes before the bell. Let's go over to our 5 and 1 minute charts here on ES and NQ. And we will watch and see what happens. Bollinger's on the 5 minute are further apart, of course. Well further apart. So a lot of room to move on the, but we seem like we're downtrending. And Q trying to send a short signal here, but we'll wait, obviously. Looks like yen might stop us out. It's up 6 ticks. We are over a minute from the bell, so let me move this yen chart off the screen for now. I'll continue watching it, let you know if anything happens with it. We'll watch the open here. 30 seconds. $15. Ding 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 ding. I don't know. Big move up here on NQ. Wow, 24 points up. So that was a little bit of pent up excitement. 2.2 points here on NQ. Pull right back. So we hit that fourth band that I talk about on the 1 minute. And it works even on the 1 minute. You can see how quickly it pulled back. We're only up 5 points now. My yen trade is coming back to my entry, so only down 2 ticks right now. Watching it out of the corner of my eye. Multi-talented. And Q up about 18 points. 21. Back up into that third band. Our fourth band. Now they're even struck 32 points up. Continuing to try to move. It's expanding those bands. Band expander. A lot of green ticking. Up 41 points now. ES up 5. Pulling back some. My yen trade is now break even. So having trouble going further and pulling back now 37. Long signal firing. Long signal did fire on NQ on that big first candle. Woman, I wouldn't. I've never jumped on a signal on the opening candle, but it would have been good. Would have got 20 points so far. So we're now up 50 points on this first 5-minute candle. ES is up about 7.25. Crude. So sending along here in the 5-minute, but also a little overextended. Going up 30 points off of that long signal on the 1 minute chart. Still going up 67 points now. Trying to gain this entire move back down from earlier. It's just about done it. 78 points on this 5-minute candle. 15 on the ES. Trying to reclaim 11,800. It's about 20 points below it. Kind of pulling back here a bit. My yen trade is now in profit by 4 ticks. Things have gotten quiet here. There's about 10 seconds to go in this first opening 5-minute candle. So 5-minute candle closes up 62 points, 13.5 on the ES. Let's see what other stuff is doing. Gold kind of trickling up. Crude kind of trickling down. Here's my yen trade. You can see it's kind of heading down nicely. I have no idea where to get out at. I could set at that resistance level there. That's still 12 ticks away. So kind of monitor it. I'm up $25 on it. And Q is continuing to head up. Just broke 800. ES trying to head up to 39.50. So this is a beautiful move up. Should have taken that first long signal. I gotta look back and start somehow tracking how often signals that fire at the open work. So obviously this is up now 80 points. Whoa. So look at our yen trade here. It just burst down. I'm up 62 bucks on it. And I believe it burst down to that resistance or support. No, not quite. Yeah, almost to it. Pulling back. I'm going to close this trade. Took about a $43 win there. I should have had a closer stop on that because it burst down. It was up $93 and I let it pull back 50 on me. It probably might continue to go down. But first trade on the yen is on off the 15-minute chart. I consider a success. We'll continue to learn that, and we'll even give it a winner. And give me a sec while I update the P&L. 42.50. Okay, so back to our regularly scheduled trading already in progress. We're leveling out. Gold didn't really do much. I mean, off this long signal, it's up 2 points, but grind up. You can see how close they're staying to these bands. So I'm expecting a little bit of a consolidation here, at least for a couple minutes. Since the actual open, we're up 117, 118 points. Bull trying to send a short signal here. Crude, you see, has still coming down nicely, so that was a big mistake of mine not taking that. 64 down to 22. Lesson learned. We'll continue to watch the yen. Yep, I got out of the yen too early. That's fine. The yen will be something, once I have some extra contracts to play with, I could jump on with 2, exit with 1, and let 1 be a free. Let's see. Let's see what the agriculture is doing. Agriculture continues to head down. I know people don't really check out agriculture, but if you look at this move down from the middle of the night till now, it's 102 ticks. Need to connect. Hold on. I don't remember these tick values. At 12.50 a tick. Holy crap. So this is a $1,200 move on soybeans. So don't necessarily poo-poo the idea of trading agriculture products. See here, all of these made beautiful short moves. And corn's still heading down. I have a wheat chart here. Wheat's kind of sideways. Here's that consolidation. I expected to get away from the band some on NQ. You can see here I have some lines drawn on NQ. This is a spot that's been kind of interesting. From 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago. Got to turn back time. You can see here, the 2 nights ago we consolidated in this area, starting here. We consolidated for 6 hours. Volley drop below. It tried to come back up and consolidate in this area here, but it has not been able to reclaim this area. That consolidation area came up here a little bit, rejected back down. Again, it has never gotten back above the top of that consolidation zone. Consolidated again in that area, rejected down, again, rejected down, and now it's trying to get up in that area. It sniffed it, but it's now pulling back. That's why I left those lines drawn, even though they were just a zone that we were ranging in. It seems like it's an important area. It could actually maybe is considered a demand zone. No, supply, demand. I forget. One of the two with supply and demand trading. So pulling back now to the SMA. So from the top, we hit 844. We pull down to 791, 787. So about almost a 60-point drop down. And now that we pulled back, kind of came close. It didn't even touch that SMA, but it looks like a bounce candle. Okay, pop it back up. 17-point candle followed by a 15-point candle. So we have some movement here this morning now. Trying to continue up. We'll see if it gets into that area we were just talking about. Definitely having some popcorn on. See, it just touched that white line, that 1857. Doesn't want to get back into that zone for whatever reason. And it's, I mean, it's less than a 40-point zone, but just seems like it doesn't like it. Doesn't like it one bit. It looks like UltraBond might be pulling back. Let's see here. Oh, let's look at this play here a minute. You can see how, remember there was bands here. If the bands were on, we talked about pulled back. It's just broken this SMA here. It hasn't sent a short signal, but let's see, you might see this line turn blue here shortly. We did get a short signal on the T-bond, ZB. That was a stronger candle down, 12 ticks. Unusual for I think it's unusual for ZB to be more, that was a 13 tick candle, never mind. Interesting how that looks smaller. Meanwhile, NQ trying to pull back down to the SMA line. This is a 30-point candle down. So again, that zone there, we reject off of it. Big red tick in here. See him moving, coming down. Coming to these upward trending bands though. So if I taken that first short signal, it's against my trading plan, but it would have worked. It would have been 30 points real quick. And it's continuing. I expect a bounce here, at least somewhat. Crude oil also trying to send a short signal there. Gold's kind of sideways. See, ES just sent us the short signals there. Note enough time. Well, welcome, Note enough time. Welcome to the channel. That's been requested a bunch of times, and I have a video half done I keep meaning to get it done, but making videos takes a lot of time. Um, I will try to get that done this weekend, but with the note that I've said that in past weekends. But I will try to get that done this weekend. I just gotta get motivated to actually finish the videos. You're welcome, and thank you for asking. And thank you for checking in on the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, love to have you. Awesome. Thank you very much. Note enough? I'll call you Note. So, I appreciate that. I did see the sub count go up. I was wondering who the new sub was. And Q trying to come down. So we came down here and kind of consolidating. Let's see if it wraps around. And we're popping up just a tad. Tad. UltraBond now sending a short signal. T-Bond sending a second short signal. And it looks like the 5-year note might be pulling back as well. Crude oil kind of consolidating there on the 15. And I'm hearing popping off the Fang Boys. Fang Boys, not fanboys. I'm using the long and short signals come from Super Trend, and then I'm using a double set of Bollingers and a 20 SMA. Basically, my overall strategy is we can to boil it down is I look at a signal that fires. I look at where it's at, and this is a bad signal to use. Let me use a better signal. So let's say this one here. I look at signal that fires and where it's at in relation to the bands. I don't like to take anything that's already into the bands, especially that third band. Third band to me is danger. But we'll do one that's in the second band if it looks like we're already trending down. So I look at the signal fires and I look where we are at the bands and I look at the SMA. Like this long signal fire here, I would not take it because we have a downtrending SMA. And I have the SMA line set that it changes color compared to whether it's uptrending or downtrending. So this signal I wouldn't have taken. You can see it would have worked, but I wouldn't have taken. This one I wouldn't have either. Although that one really kind of worked. But so I try to be choosy based on that. The worst part is those recognizing chop. Like you can see here, I actually marked these out from overnight. Like these would have been winners. This would have been a loser. Winner, winner. Oops. would not have taken these signals here because downtrending SMA line wouldn't have taken the long into the downtrending SMA line. Now I am experimenting with taking a trade. If like here I got these long signals, once it turned white in the uptrend, I could have jumped in there. The worst part of this strategy is chop and not being able to recognize it, not knowing when it's going to break. So like in here, I probably would have taken 2 losses off the signals. And then winner, winner, wouldn't have taken. And hold on, I got to jump back to the actual price action and see what's going on. So even here, I was hesitant to take these short signals because we had this uptrending SMA line and an uptrending bottom band, and it bounced just like I expected, but where it fired, it would have worked for a good amount of points, but it was against the plan, so I didn't take it. So it's trying to fire here, and this is where I do struggle. It's like sitting right on that SMA line. It could go either way. And the signal went away now anyway. And sure. Let me blow up a chart so it's easier to see. I actually have 2 super trends on here. One set, I mean, they're both set to 10 for the ATR period. Source is high, low 2. And the multiplier, I have a 1.6 and I have a 2.2. I have it on Super Trend on NinjaTrader as well. It doesn't match up exactly, but it's close. Does that get you what you need here? Because, and like I said, the other one is just 2.2 instead of 1.6. The higher the multiplier, the less signals you get, and the later signals you get. So you might get into a move late. The lower the multiplier, the more signals you get, so you get more false signals, but you can get into potentially get into a move earlier. Source is high HL2, high low 2. 20 period SMA, but the super trend I use 20 period SMA. And the Bollinger Bands I have set, if you're trying to do that, I have set on 2 standard deviations and 3 standard deviations on a 1-minute chart. And on the 15-minute chart, I use 3 and 4. I use NT for order entry, but I use TradingView for charting. I just feel that TradingView moving average. Yeah, okay, I did answer that. Sorry. Yeah, high low too. It's the default that came with that indicator. I've never tried anything else besides that high low too. But yeah, I hate charting off a NinjaTrader, so TradingView to me is the most valuable tool I have, and I'm willing to pay the subscription fee just to chart off of it. You can see we got a little weird there on NQ, up and down, up and down. Hey, Ace. Hello, 90-bit even. Yep. Uh, won't be live streaming it, but I plan on trading it with my 10-10 strategy, the FMLC meeting minutes. Good morning, CBR. Welcome. And just like that, as Ace says short ES, ES bows to him and comes down 4 points. Shouldn't jump in the shower. You have a good chance of slipping. You're not gonna listen to me while you're in the shower, are you? That would be kind of weird. So we're kind of back to being sideways here on Q and Q. Let's see what the yen's done. Yep, I got out of the yen trade way too soon. Yeah, actually, it's still consolidating right around that area. Well, I can sing Taylor Swift songs. Excellent recovery, CBR. Great job. Crude trying to pop up here. Then a slow sideways grind. NQ sending a short signal here, as is ES, or it's trying to. Trying, lots of popping, stopping, hopping. I have a MNQ chart ready. I think we're going to try this here. I kind of like it. Maybe, possibly. Pulling back a bit here at the end of this candle. Here we go. Okay, we're in. 5 MNQs. Instead of going a full 1 full NQ. 15-point stop. Might not be enough. It's coming up. As I jumped in, all the ticking stopped. Let's see. 67. I got it. Oh wow, I got 5 points of slippage. I need to get better at that. I need to jump in right when the candle closes. Give it a little bit more space for that because I slipped. But this isn't looking good. We'll see. Nope, it's gonna come up. Stopped out. Darn it. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I never even showed my chart. I apologize. I thought I turned the scene on and it didn't turn on. So I stopped out about $180 loss. Now down 221.50 on the day. So, what was my mistake there? That's a good question. Easy question answer. Didn't wait for a break of resistance, and we can see these bands really weren't bending. So it sent me a nice, what I thought was going to be a nice short signal. Plus, ended up getting in 5 ticks late. Yet if I gotten in right when the candle started, that would have gotten me like 9 ticks, maybe 9 points, and I could have possibly gotten. And maybe I just didn't have enough of a stop. It came up all the way up to 94, so meh. That was like a. Wait, really? Yeah, 58 down up to 94. So yeah, those are big candles right now, even though it doesn't look big. So that was one place where that signal didn't work. And it may still. It may end up coming back down. You can see it consolidating underneath this SMA line. So we're kind of chopping now. You see how the bands are coming closer together. It's an indication of a consolidation area. Yep. So it's still trying. Got down to, like I said, 58, 57. I'm sorry, 57. Be interested to see what it does here. That's 74, and it touched 60. So it's bopping here, up and down a lot. Bopping, another technical trading term. That Russell candle there, that's interesting. Russell's at a new daily high. So the Russell's kind of interesting. Go back to a 15-minute chart on these. So you can see here, oftentimes all the indices will do the same thing, but I always say that the Russell is the rebel. This is the 15-minute chart of the ES and the NQ, and compare that with the Russell. This is a 16-point candle, so an $800 up candle, and you can see how much it pulled back. And now, I mean, it's just kind of a wild ride here on the Russell. See what that looks like on a 1-minute chart. Doesn't look that wild on the 1-minute chart, but it's been up. Yeah, it's a nice little move there. So we are about 10:15 on the East Coast. Stream until the top of the hour, unless something exciting stuff happens, and we can go longer. Most likely to the top of the hour. As 90-bit even reminded everybody, FMOC meeting minutes are later today. 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, 11 a.m. Pacific. Don't forget about that if you're trading into the afternoon. I'll do my 10:10. I won't be streaming, but I might make a video, and if it works, I might do the video and post it up. And Q popping up here, now trying to head long. See, this is one of those times where rangy. 11,857 to the upside and 11,753 to the downside, so it's a 100-point range. But it's just hard to jump in. And this is going up 10 points off that long signal. It is a double long signal. It does make me want to jump in. But now I've already missed. Well, it went up as much as 16 points. So this is where I struggle, because you can see here, this short signal didn't work. This long signal didn't work. This short signal didn't work. This long signal would have worked. It's still going nicely here. But whenever I try and jump in, then I give in the FOMO and then it stops. So I feel this is going to be end up being a down morning, which is okay. Soybeans trying to pop up. And now we kind of just sitting here again. We're sitting right on VWAP. And Q, pop it back up. Recent high here is 843. Ooh, look at ES blowing up. Yep, going into that range there. Big candle. 37-point candle. Think we're at right around the high of the day now. Yep, slightly less than the high of the day. The high of the day was 11,892. No, I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm right. I don't have the thing. No, I don't know. Hold on a minute. Yeah, 11,892 is the high of the day. We're at back at 855. So now we just wait for. Hopefully, I can get one more opportunity. I'd love to get back towards zero before the FMOC. Crude coming up. Couldn't remember what that sound was I was hearing. Looks like NQ is going to try again. Yes, I am, Matt. So we just I mean, natural gas pulling back now, but we talked about natural gas, I believe in the first hour of the stream, being at highs we haven't seen since I believe it was August of 2008. I think we're even higher. So let's look at it again, just because I'm curious. Turn back time, and I like singing that. Let's turn the bands off so it's easier to see. There we go. Okay, yeah. Still August, just a different, earlier in August. Last time we were this high on natural gas was August 4th, 2008. Um, I cut it at $50 in profit, or $43 in profit. Gave it half back. It burst quick and then pulled back, so I cut it. But $50 profit, or $43 profit, I should say. And looking at it, it's kind of consolidated about where I got out. You know, this was the candle I got in on. It went up, then came back down. You can see how this burst down, and then when it came back up, I cut it, and it's been in the same area since. So small win, but still nice win. If I would have went in with two, I probably would have cut one and then kind of let the other one go wherever it decided to go. Neither am I. And that was the other reason I cut it so quick, because I'm just not that familiar with it. It does seem like each evening I mean, and this seems rather obvious, when Asia opens, it makes a move. You can see here, this was the Asia candle last night, when Japan opened, Tokyo, whatever. It popped up quick and then rejected down. That would have been a nice move. Or night day before, right here, quick move up and then reject it down. So I want to start taking advantage of that in the evenings if I can. Long signal fire, a little bit of a pullback, and then have a nice quick, let's see, 68 ticks. I forget, what was it, tick 625. So that's a $400 move off. It could be something to trade in the slow evenings if I start really learning it. Here was another one. Started it right when Asia opened. It started this move down. Oh crap, we got NQ absolutely going crazy here. I shouldn't say that. It seemed like it was going crazy, but it really wasn't all that crazy. It was only a 6-point candle. Okay, so NQ has now re-entered the very bottom of that area we've been watching, where it has not gotten above this area. It seems if it get into this area, it rejects down. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Anyway, the currency seems like a very low risk type of trades to take. They're all low tick values, And heck, they even have micros if you really wanted to do micros. That'd be really, really low risk. Although, Earn to Trade does not treat them as real micros. Yep, we are heading up. We're into the zone. 11,892 is the high of the day. We're at 11,870. Check out our 15-minute chart. So on the 15-minute, see, this is where you run into issues. So if I jumped on this 15-minute long signal, it rejected down by 73 points. And obviously, I wouldn't have been able to stand a 73-point rejection. So that would have been bad. I would have had to stop out somewhere. And it bounced and it came back up. Then it came down again and bounced. Right now it's moving up beautifully though. We're up to 877. Kind of want to jump in here, and yet every time I jump in on something that's already moving, that's where it stops. Can you hear me now, Leonardo? Matt, are you hearing me okay? Oil inventories, good point. Let's watch our crude chart. We just hit our high of the day. Ooh, look at that move down on crude, 38 ticks. And NQ just going wild. Just hit 11,900. Crude bounced. Sound test, 1, 2, 1, 2. Matt, how do I sound to you? Oh, crude bounced. So it ended up being a net positive there. Hmm. Anybody else feel like talking and telling me if I sound okay? Hate to have to turn on my own voice. Okay, good. Excellent. 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 So crude here bounced down, came back up, and now is heading down harsh. 46 ticks down. Thank you, and thank you, Nicholas. Is another thing. I have so many things I would like to track and just don't have time to track them. I'd love to track the reactions on crude inventories and see if these are playable events each week, and natural gas inventories and a few other things. I just don't have enough time to track everything. Wonder where everyone was today. Like, a bunch of regulars weren't here today. No Zabak, no Southside Playa. That's just an amazing chart for the Russell. You know, compared to this NQ chart, I mean, and the NQ is doing all right, but Russell just took off. YM kind of similar. Canadian dollar would have been a good, nice little trade as well. Okay. Up, and here's that. Here's the yen. See, I look at the way the yen just fell. This would have been a great trade to stay in. Meanwhile, NQ is continuing to head up. NQ just hit 911, which of course is a new high of the day. ES is also at a high of the day. Continuing to head up. Up to 11,923. So this is kind of, it's amazingly frustrating. I could have jumped in at any point. Like I said, these pull back 50 to 70 points. Obviously, you got long signals here on this candle. This was the opening candle. And I could, not using a stop, and I could be up 100 points. Look at the 1 minute chart. We got this long signal. This is the one I'm not sure. Why didn't they take that long signal? How much did it pull back? Pull back by 12. I have no idea why I didn't take that long signal. That was a perfect signal. I'm an idiot. Or is that the one I got? No, I got stopped out on. I got stopped out on that short, and then I kind of gave up on it. I'm an idiot. Look at that. What exactly 100 points from that long signal? I'm an idiot. Think I was waiting for it to break. Yeah, that's right. I was waiting for it to break resistance, which I don't do when I'm charting out. And then it did break resistance, and I said it went too far, and I never got in. That's what I did wrong. Yeah, I was waiting for it to break resistance, and then it burst up, and I decided it was already too far, and obviously it wasn't too far. I wanted to see it break out of that range. It broke out of the range, and then yeah, yep, yep. Euro. So far, my successful trades. I had a successful trade on the euro last night and the yen today. Maybe I'll become a forex trader. Copper made a nice move up here. NQ continues to kind of grind up. Its high now is 922. Continuing to grind up. So we're going to grind up to 12,000 before FMOC maybe? Pull back there a little bit. Hanging here around 11,910. Crude pulling back. So crude inventories caused a sell-off. It popped down, popped up, and then whooshed down, came back up. Where could I have safely entered? Right here. This candle here. It's come down 20. It's popping now, but once it turned blue, got two blues under its belt. Would have been a good entry right here for a quick scalp at least. Crude try to come back down to its low of the day. Bounced. What's interesting is, we talk about these events, and then you can see how it just bounced almost perfectly off these SMAs, and I just don't understand how that works or why that works. I mean, obviously, here I rode SMA for a while, so on and so forth, but anyway, NQ now pulling back from its high here of 28. Oh, I'm sorry, 11,930 was the high. It's already pulled back 50 points. Hog's not doing much today. And we've slowed down. Long signal here on gold, but really don't like this at all. So we got about 15 minutes left on the stream. Do you think we'll find anything exciting? I've missed some opportunities, obviously. But hey, we logged a win on the yen. Looks like it's trying to curl back up here on NQ. It is back in that range that I talked about earlier between those two-way lines. Reminder, I'm on Sharevision tonight. 7:45 Eastern, trading the Asia session for a couple hours. Can be anywhere between 2.5 to 3.5 hours, depending on the amount of activity. I could really use some views over there. Follows if you haven't followed me there. Even if you don't plan on watching, just a follow would be nice. YM clicking. See, YM's pulled back by 37 on this candle. And the Russell's even pulling back now. So that quickly we go from a high of 930, 11,930 all the way down to 11,880. 50 points. No. 650. Yeah, 50. 55. Big number. So we're going to come back down that quickly. Yes, I mean, obviously we did get short signals again, and again they would have worked. So this is just, this is starting to capture my attention. big move up, and then we get these short signals before that SMA line. And you can see that it would have worked here and here. It is starting to bend those bands, and we do now have a blue SMA line. So, I'm going to jump in. Probably a mistake. We're in on the 5 MNQs. Trying to play TICKSTRIKE here. I swear it stops ticking as soon as I jump in. Right around 850. I jumped in right at a even number. Yeah. Closed it before it could fully stop me out. So, once again, I got in right at the bounce. I am such an idiot. I'm going to remove TICKSTRIKE, I think. It's giving me confidence that things I shouldn't be looking for confidence in. Yep, I was definitely an idiot. I was thinking we were going to follow this band down, but we were in the bands. Oh, I don't understand why none of my stuff's working anymore. Trading things for the birds. Crude continues to come down. Let's see, is crude at a new low of the day? Yes, it is. So, this is, once again, an interesting perspective of the 15-minute chart. Short signal here, fire, came down, popped all the way back up. Now, fire here at 110.64 would have popped up to 11.07, so almost a 40 tick pullback, but now it's down to just about 110 even. So this would have been, 64 ticks down. The other play could have been grabbing this candle here, which was 20 ticks. So $200 on a regular size contract, and then playing a bounce off the SMA. Once this bounced off the SMA and was a red candle, jumping in for this candle here would have been an excellent idea. 46 ticks down. We are getting a short signal there also on natural gas, but above that SMA line, so not necessarily interested in it. I tell you, one thing I wish was more viable to trade is this is the heating oil features. And this candle here, these two candles here, this is a 255 tick candle at 420 a tick. So this is a $1,000 candle followed by an $800 candle. But the thing is, look at the spreads. Spreads are 22 ticks, 40 ticks. Sometimes they can be as much as 60 ticks back here. You can see there's like not much volume on it sometimes, but sometimes during the night, it's a 15-minute chart. It can be really good, and you can see how it can make a lot of money. Look at here. This is for the 19th. Taking this long signal here up to the top, elevator up. That's 1,925 ticks at 420 a tick. So that's an $8,000 to $9,000 move. I mean, right here, I mean, like I said, this is 400, like almost 500 ticks. That's over $2,000 move. But I just don't know, not willing to take a 20 ticks and slippage to enter. UltraBond. UltraBond today has been really kind of weird. If we put the Bollingers back on here, like I said, we hit that fourth band, came down, bounced off the SMA, back up, back down, blew through the SMA, came down for like 11, 12 ticks, now bouncing back up. The better one to trade actually would have been the T-Bond, ZB, because it sent a short signal one candle before the UltraBond did. Rode this down for 8 ticks, another 3, another 4, so about 15 ticks. Right down to the 200 EMA. 15 ticks at $31.25 a tick would be about 450 some or 60 some dollars. And Q pull sideways here underneath that SMA line. So, not much going on here. Remember, folks, if you're trading this afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern, FMOC meeting minutes, gets very wild. You probably don't want to be in a trade at that time. Just for reference. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's see what's. NQ is trying to come back up here. I'm hearing a lot of ticking. Not that much. So 6 weeks ago was the last FMOC meeting minutes. Let me count that back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 13th of April. Is that right? That looks right. I think. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. 20th of April. I think that's right. No. When was FMOC? Yeah, I'm right. 13th of April. So let's look at the 13th of April. Time for me to sing turn back time again. Yep, doesn't look like that was the right day. Definitely doesn't look like that was the right day. Had to be. Hold on a minute. Give me another minute. Let me just check. Let me check the 6th of April. Yeah, it was the 6th of April. This was the last FMOC meeting minutes day. This is a 15-minute chart. This was the 15-minute. This is when the news was announced. You can see it opened. That candle opened at 521, shot up to. I'm sorry, 14,521. That shows you how far we've moved in the last 6 weeks. It was 14,000 then. But anyway, 14,521. It shot up to 14. What the heck just happened? It just refreshed my chart. Give me a minute. I gotta go back in time again. That was rude. Let's try this again. I've lost it. What day was that? I'm sorry, guys. I'm here fumbling through this. Yeah, the 6th. Okay, here. Yeah, here we are. So it shot up by 113 points, shot up, and then fell from the high of 14,634 all the way down to 14,443. So from the top to the bottom, it dropped 200 points, dropped another 100 points on the next 15-minute candle. Doji candle rebounded up 83 points on this candle, 76 on this candle, and then finally topped out here. So you can see here by these bubbles, in less than an hour's time, we had a 300 point range or 250 point range. So definitely, if you're trading this afternoon, be careful. Around that time, things could get wild. And that's basically that was the meeting minutes there. We started seeing a little bit of consolidation, and we started seeing this down move. And we kind of stayed in the 14,000s for a while, but that's how we got to today. Anyway, so we're going to call it for the day. I do want to thank everyone for joining me. Back on Sharevision tonight, back on YouTube tomorrow morning. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Be careful trading in the afternoon. And we'll talk to you later. Bye. I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. If you did, I'd love if you hit the thumbs up button. Remember, we do stream every morning on YouTube and Twitch from 7:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. and every evening on Sharevision from 7:45 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. and every Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. Also, I'd love to have you follow me on social media. We're on Twitter at MightyOxTrading, Instagram at MightyOxTrading, and Reddit at r/oxmarkettrading. Have a great day.